Interfaith Action is harnessing the power of thousands of volunteers from diverse faith communities to relieve the effects of poverty and address its root causes.
We want to make sure that our work is working with the community and for the community to do something effective about economic mobility.
We are working to build economic mobility in Greater St. Paul through programs like Project Home, Opportunity St. Paul, Power Up Legal Clinic, and the Department of Indian Work.
So the Department of Indian Work's emergency food shelf provides a lot of economic stability, and when you don't have the resources or perhaps the support around some of that, you're not able to look for a job. So the emergency food shelf helps take care of those basic needs.
Today, Miss Macy is going
Our work with American Indian children is promoting the identity and skills they need to succeed in school and beyond.
Within our American Indian Youth Enrichment, we're working with students that if we're able to get them to enjoy school and to do better in school, we know those individuals will do better in life.
Economic mobility is just the ability for someone to move up into their different economic status. And I think how that's important for us is that education is a driver to help people with economic mobility. The more education, the more skills you have, the more opportunities that you have in order to make a living.
Last year alone, our Opportunity St. Paul volunteers provided 3,500 hours of tutoring and mentoring to build the economic mobility of children and adults in our community.
We've identified education as being the single biggest factor for moving people upwards towards greater economic mobility. When you think about the impact that these volunteers actually have, it isn't just talking about alleviating poverty, it really is doing it. It can really help lift up our community.
Interfaith Action is activating members of faith communities through transformative volunteer experiences like Project Home.
I think Project Home is one of the major programs at Interfaith Action, partly because of all of the connections that we have within the faith community. We work with 23 different area congregations. There's kind of something for everyone at Project Home to come and feel like they can really connect with the families who are staying here and really make a big difference.
Deeply woven into the life of our church is this desire to thoughtfully live our faith. We've been partnering with Project Home since almost the beginning of Project Home. I've had many of our volunteers express just the delight they've had in just being here. And that's the beauty of Project Home, is that it's such an easy way to engage and make an immediate impact on families in our community who are experiencing a need.
We've been very appreciative of the connection we've had with Project Home. It helps us do what we are talking about wanting to do, which is to be engaged in a meaningful way and making a difference in people's lives.
Volunteer work is also key to the nonprofit partnerships of Opportunity St. Paul.
Working in a school that is serving the needs of Native kids was wonderful. I certainly always was committed to volunteering, but I wasn't doing it. And I will now not be able to stop doing it. And I want to get other people to have the kind of experience that I had.
Interfaith Action strengthens faith communities by forging authentic relationships through effective social justice work.
I think people at Gloria Dei, when they come through the doors of the church on Sunday morning, are craving conversation about how their faith is relevant in the world. We believe that God's love sets us free from being concerned about ourselves, and it liberates us to be more completely present to the people around us. Each December, we have about 100 members of Gloria Dei who volunteer with Project Home. We have a handful of people at Gloria Dei who are also involved with Opportunity St. Paul, which is a newer program that we're all really excited about. I'm excited to see how people at Gloria Dei who are just aching for ways to make a difference in our community and in the world around them are finding places to get plugged in.
Through a community partnership with Morning Star Baptist Church, Interfaith Action's Power Up Legal Clinic is providing free legal assistance that allows people to build more stable lives.
The legal clinic has helped to strengthen our congregation so that more and more people now are telling others, oh, you've got to call Morning Star, you've got to call the legal clinic, because these people are really there to help you. The gospel tells us that we are to love our neighbors as ourselves, and we're also our brothers and sisters' keepers. So this means that not only on the worship hour are we to do this.
What you have in faith communities are thousands and thousands of people who every week pray. And in their prayer, they say and they mean, addressing poverty in my community is part of my personal responsibility. I need to do something about it.
When we gather in our faith communities, I think one of the things that brings us together is a shared vision for what we think the world should look like. As Christians, we often talk about it as the kingdom of God.
God's demand of us is pretty simple, and that is to do justice and to walk humbly with God. And those words from Micah are lived out in all of our churches and synagogues and mosques. And we do it together because we're better together, we're stronger together.